Hello everyone, Vicki Verley here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. This is going to be your September of 2026 Psychic or Intuitive Tarot with Oracle cards, and we're going to pull lots from the lots of answers, lots of proverbs, and we're going to have lots of fun and interesting information to talk about in the month of September. This is going to be an all signs video. You can look at the timestamps below, or it'll always be displayed over here once we get rolling into the sign by sign. If you're new here, my name is Vicki Verley, and you can find me at vickiverley.com. Do not be fooled by imposters. I am a very seasoned reader. I've been reading professionally since the late 1980s. I actually even worked on the Psychic Friends Network. I've designed and created multiple decks, some of which we'll be using here today. And I just have a lot of experience. I'm also the author of several books, including a book on tarot, if that would interest you. That being said, the decks that we're going to use today is the Flower Child Tarot, the Wandering Star Tarot, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, the Holy HAMSA deck. And then we're also going to pull lots from the lots of answers, lots of love, and lots of proverbs for each sign. So this is the extended monthly reading that is available at no additional charge. This is the big one. Okay, everybody, if you haven't seen, if you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you'd hit the like and subscribe or hype on your mobile device. But also, check out my other videos over on my Rock and Roll Prophetess channel. You can access that below as well. In addition to other readings of special topics that I do during the month, I also have a lot of informational videos on metaphysical topics, spirituality and art, mini art courses, channeled information. So lots of interesting things on my channel. I'd love it if you check it out. Without further ado, well, first of all, we have to go through the little bit of astrology there is this month. We've just come out of eclipse season, so it's kind of like the dust is still settling after the big eclipse season, but things are going to calm down this month significantly for most people. Before we dive into that, I want to wish all the Virgos and Libras out there, if your birthday is in September, I want to wish you a very happy birthday and a happy solar return. This is your power time. I'll get more into it when I do your video. The first event is going to be the new moon in Virgo, and that's happening on September 10th, 18 degrees 26 Virgo, if you know your chart, 11:27 p.m. Eastern, but you have to adjust for your time zone. So this is our new beginning. This is our planting of our seeds. On the 22nd, we have the Libra ingress. So this is a powerful time. We're changing seasons. It's a cardinal ingress. Every time the sun moves into one of the cardinal signs of the cardinal cross, that's why I'm doing this. I'm not blessing you, but I'll bless you too. I'm air drawing the cardinal cross. Let's pull out a wheel to explain that a little better. So the cardinal signs are Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Libra. So it forms a cross or a square, X. So anytime the sun crosses that threshold into another cardinal sign, that is when we have a change of season. So this is a shift that everyone feels. It's going to be in the northern hemisphere, the autumnal equinox or fall or autumn equinox. And then in this southern hemisphere, it is the spring or vernal equinox. So it's just a change of season, no matter what time zone you're in. On the 26th, we're going to have our full moon in Aries. This is going to be at 3 degrees 37 of Aries, 12:49 p.m. Eastern. And that's really it. There's a few lineups with these 4-degree things, these 4 or 5-degree things with baskets. I talk more about that on the Patreon videos, which, by the way, I was just going to mention. If you like my readings, I do have weekly tarot and astrology readings over on Patreon, where we dive a little bit more into the astrology. It's only $5 and something a month to get a weekly reading like that. So if that interests you, check it out. Otherwise, I appreciate you showing up today, and check your sun, rising, moon. And if you can hit that like and subscribe and hype on your mobile device, again, greatly appreciate it. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to get a quick sip of water, and we're going to dive into the sign by sign. The first sign is going to be Aries. All right, let me get some of these decks out of the way for you, Aries, before we begin. And let's see here. Well, it's a full moon on the 26th. That's pretty big news there. The full moon is, you get the one new moon and you get the one full moon every year. So this is your annual full moon in your sign. This is when things come to culmination, perhaps things that you started back around your birthday time. So is there something that you started back in, or in Aries season, if you're rising moon or whatever else you're watching for. It's all good, by the way. So what did you start back in late March and early April? This one doesn't want to go back in the deck, the Hangman, and you've been waiting for. So let's see here. What have you been waiting for? What's coming to culmination? What's going on in September for all our Aries Sun Rising Moon people? Some of you have been waiting to hear about a job or some kind of influx of money. We'll get into that a little deeper in just a second. Let me shuffle the second deck. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of astrology still going on for Aries. This one wants to stay out too. Three of Pentacles. There's quite a bit of astrology. By the way, if you're watching this at the very last week of the month of August, the eclipse reading is still available. And if you really are interested more in astrology, psychic astrology reading, that'll be that. That'll be the last one until the spring, probably, when we do the Aries English, the last astrology reading. Let's go ahead and get two more cards for Aries for September 2026. Three of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. And One of Pentacles also, and then Two of Cups. So we noticed that we've got these low numbers, okay? We've got things are moving, especially in your money and finance, because you've got the Ace, the 2, and the 3. So that says things are progressing, things are moving along. You even have the 9, which is really cool. But I want to focus first here on these lower numbers that we have here. We've got these lower numbers, aces, couple of 2s, and a 3. So things are in the beginning phases. Even though it's your full moon, it feels like things are still in the beginning phases. You're seeing, see how this plant is, it's almost reminding me of the Ace of Wands. You know, the plant is starting to bloom in the background here, but it's not into full fruition. Well, actually, there could be some fruition as far as your pentacles go over here. I'll get to that in a minute. But there's other things. Some of you, you know, you may get this influx of money that you've been waiting on, and then Nine of Pentacles, okay, like, okay, I'm going to put money back into my business. Or I'm going to invest some in the stock market. Or I'm going to put money here or put it in my house. You know, where are you going to distribute it all? And that seems like what's happening here. You know, it's giving you that boost, but you're trying to figure out, well, what is going to grow for me, and what is, you know, where do I want to put it? Where do I want to invest? Where do I want to distribute? These two cards, well, actually, well, I guess a lot of them. Well, not really. Normally, look at how these arches. Look at them go. I go, these two cards have an arch on them. I was looking at something. Oh, here, this arch, and this arch caught my eye. And then I'm going, well, oh, there's an arch here, and then there's the rainbow arch over here. There's, you know, so there's arches everywhere. I mean, maybe you guys are going to do something with, maybe you're going to invest in a McDonald's franchise. Back in the day, I don't know if you, they used to call it the Golden Arches. I don't think they do that anymore, but yeah, look for the Golden Arches. Or another thing that comes to mind is the Arch of, I almost said Arch of the Covenant, which I know, of course, that it's Ark of the Covenant. But I almost said Arch of the Covenant, so if that means something to somebody. When I said that, maybe some of you are going to get married, like going through the threshold, the covenant of marriage, maybe. Even though it's not showing strong here, although the Two of Cups is here, that is a soulmate energy. But then before I get off this arch thing, I wanted to, the other thing that popped into my mind right away is the arch in America, in the St. Louis, the the gateway to the west, the St. Louis archway. So maybe any of all or any of those things could be. But you know, when I think about it, the arch is the threshold. You know, you walk through an archway, and it's like on this, for instance, this isn't their yard or whatever. You know, you're walking from the outside into your yard or out into the world. So walking through an archway is symbolic of, you know, going through a portal, you could say, you know. Hangman being the first card out, and it flew out too, it was a jumper. You know, it tells us that you've been waiting on this. This is something maybe you've been knowing this money's coming, and you've been pondering it. Okay, when I get the money, I'm going to do this, this, and the other thing. Or when I get that raise, or when my business starts flourishing, this is how I want to expand and do new things with it, you know. So this is I want to say, you know, this does go back to, at least back to the time of your solar energy, which would have been late March or April. But maybe even further, because the 12 is standing out to me too. It could be 12 weeks, 12 months, for some even 12 years. This 12 cycle is complete. Could be a Jupiter cycle too for some of you. That would be something we could look into astrology, because Jupiter's a 12-year cycle. But you've been thinking about it, pondering it for a long time, and now you're starting to see it actually manifest into reality. Ace of Pentacles is very much, we're in the reality here. And then we're 2, 3, we're building, we're prospering. And Nine of Pentacles is a card of absolutely prospering. Maybe some of you have been, you know, trying to figure out, you know, a new advertisement or business strategies or something like that, and you're going to implement them. Because it could be too, this Ace of Pentacles, this could be you, a small investment. And a small investment of money could lead to big dividends, my guys are saying. Or if you've been thinking about maybe advertising on some kind of online platform or something, even social media, Instagram, Facebook ads or something like that. It's saying, that could turn out to be something really cool and good for you. You do have, seems a lot about money and business. These, except take these out. This is all money and business here. But also, look, we do have this Two of Cups here. So that is, it is a soulmate card. But with all the money and business, it could be, it could be a business venture. I looked down, though, and he has on his necklace that says love. So, yeah, they're telling us it's love. So love is going well too, or maybe you're already in a relationship and you're thriving. Maybe you and your partner are doing this together. If this is some kind of a single, an entrepreneurial kind of a thing that you're doing on your own, maybe you and your partner could be doing it together or something like that. Well, something's sure moving along though. After a time of waiting around with the Hangman. But let's move on and get your animal totem. This is for Aries, Sun, Rising, Moon, or whatever you normally watch or resonate with. If you're a cross watcher, if you watch your Venus, your node, there's no hard rules about this. It's all for everyone, okay? Okay, we have the beaver. Well, the beaver is about building. So, and then the Three of Pentacles is about building. Yeah, it seems like you're building something. Builder, dreamer, familiar friend, dweller of land and water, afoot in two worlds. Your diligence can change the flow of the river. Be the architect of your life. Maybe some of you are in architecture and you're doing something. You are an architect, or you'll be dealing with an architect. Maybe you are remodeling a home or a business or something like that. Oh, I forgot. You know what I forgot to do? I gotta get this out. Hold on. Let's open this up here. I lost my camera cover. So that's a quick makeshift camera cover we got. See how I say, Aries, yeah, you get to go first, but you also have to, there's often some adjustments and things like that have to occur. And you have to, that's something you have to deal with. You get to go first, but sometimes you have to wait till I iron out the little glitches of the first few readings here. Here it is, the All-Seeing Eye booklet. By the way, I'm opening up the booklet, but this is a book that I wrote. I designed these cards and I wrote them. But I just don't have every single thing memorized by heart. And I like to do, I'm more of a be in the flow kind of reader anyway. So, all right, so let's move over to our Holy HAMSA card. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Rising, Moon people. 4. Or whatever you look at. No hard rules. Aries everything. For September 2026. Got learn. Okay. This is card number 27, and it's learn. Look at some of the background things, and if you can, if you're on a device where you can pause the video and actually look at the background words, there's text written in the background if you can't see it. You may get a message. That's why I put that there. And it's intentionally kind of faint, so it lets your subconscious mind kind of morph and zoom in to what it wants to see. All right, 27, wisdom, education, knowledge. Learning is a lifelong process, a never-ending quest. You may find yourself immersed in a field of study that you are passionate about. When our interests sparkle, it can be a sign from the universe that we are hot on the trail of aligning with our soul's purpose. Follow your interests, for your discoveries will lead to more questions and further expansion of your knowledge base. In some cases, you may be going back to school, or thinking about, or currently in school. For some, this card could indicate a career in the education field. This card may also indicate that you still have much to learn on a particular subject. I hope I can remember everything that I pinged off when I was reading that. Well, first of all, the Three of Pentacles can be doing schooling too. That absolutely can be. Maybe you're training for some career or getting certified or something. Also, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, it is go back to school time. This is September, well, late August and September is go back to school time. So that could absolutely be something about it. And there was one other thing that it was really, I wanted to grab. Further expansion of your knowledge base. Yeah, earlier on I was picking up that 12-year cycle and I was talking about Jupiter. Well, Jupiter is the planet of the 9th house and further expanding your knowledge base. So that aligns with some astrology as well. Okay, let's move over and we're going to get the lots. We're going to start with the lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. Let's see what we have here for Aries. User. So somebody was a user. That's not really showing up here, but you know, maybe you could take it just as user, like signing into your user account on some kind of learning platform. You know, it could be a lot of different things. But in the love context, it talks about somebody who's basically a user. Maybe that's the impetus for you to say, okay, I'm getting out of this job. I'm not going to deal with this user anymore. Okay, let's get, next one is, it says obviously, Avi. And then finally we're going to get our lots of proverbs. This is for Aries. All placements of areas of interest. Here we go. It's never too late to be who you might have been. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, the field of study, even if it's not officially going back to school, because this card doesn't say going back to school, it's learn. And these days, you know, we want to learn something, we can just start learning it. We don't have to go sign up for a course or anything necessarily. You know, you want to learn it, you start watching some videos, or even go to the library if you want to rather read, you know, or check out books through the library on your Kindle or whatever. They can do the free library. Well, it's the library with where I live too, even has, you know, free audiobooks and stuff. There's an app, I forget, there's 2 apps that are for the library, and I think that they're pretty universal. Let me see what the one is, because I get library books all the time. I mean, audiobooks all the time. Hoopla. There's Hoopla. That's the one I think is the audiobooks. Hoopla. Yeah, and I absolutely use them. But whatever, it's time to start learning. You're going through a transformation, but it looks like you're going to be really happy where you end up at. Also, Frog is major transformation as well, so that confirms that as well. All right, Aries, well, enjoy your full moon. This is a good day for things to manifest. You may get some big aha moments. It's kind of a big day there. You get that one full moon and one new moon every year. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to put these cards. These oracle cards I don't use twice. So if I picked it for one, I take it out of the deck. Of course, the tarot cards all get shuffled back in. All right, you know, if you want to get a reading from me or anything, it's always going to be through my website over there, AriesVickyVerley.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. I think if it's the last week of August, you can still get the eclipse reading, but that's pretty much winding up. There's other things available. All right, without further ado, next we're going to look at the sign of Taurus. A quick drink of water. Hello, Taurus. This is going to be your September reading for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Moon. Anybody who has prominent Taurus in your chart. It is a change of season this week. Not this week, but this month. Maybe this week as to when you're watching it. But it is a shift. On the 22nd, we're going to move into Libra, shift into autumn in the northern hemisphere, and spring in the southern. Tower flew out. Okay. 2 more cards for Taurus, please. 9 of Pentacles. That came out in the cut. That was in the last reading, too. And then the Strength card. Okay. Next, we're going to pull 3 more cards. Oh, one wanted to stay behind. I'm going to leave it. Or I'm going to pull it out if I can find room for it. Queen of Wands. Okay, so Queen of Wands is a fire sign energy, so that could be signifying a fire sign event, which this full moon on the 26th, that is a fire sign. Full moon in Aries. So that is a fire sign event for sure. Okay, let's see here. Get another shuffle going. This is for our Aries sun rising. I should do it on camera. It's just kind of awkward the way I'm sitting to like hold my hands up. Funny. Okay. Okay, one more. We'll do one more like this, and then cut. Okay, 3 cards for Taurus for September. We have Knight of Swords, followed by 6 of Wands, or 6 of Swords, excuse me. And finally, Queen of Wands. Well, Queen of Wands is, you know, she flew out of the deck, and then she ends up being the other card here. So put it like that, or some way. I'll move her over afterwards. Anyway, so yeah, Queen of Wands, that's double fire energy. So some of you, and you might look at the 6 of Swords, this is like leaving something behind and moving on to the next thing. And this person on this card here, on the 6 of Swords, they are heading towards these Queen of Wands for sure. So maybe some of you, this is an actual person. It could be an actual fire sign person, a Leo, an Aries, or Sagittarius. It could be that full moon, though, that feels super strong. Because even look at this journey. She's doing the journey, and the full moon is lit up behind her, and she's the fire energy. And even the Strength card could talk about Leo, too. I mean, some of you, it might be a Leo. But, and this tiger's like cat energy. So it could be a Leo, but it might even be this Aries full moon. But you're heading towards this. And the fire signs, they bring about excitement. They're not, you know, I've said this before, I've seen, you know, in all the years of, you know, knowing people, I guess, with people that used to come to my parents' bar and stuff, I knew everybody's sign always, you know. And that's how I learned a lot about astrology. By just knowing their sun signs in most cases, but just observing their behavior, you know, how they act with others, how they are in their relationships. And I've observed this, not out of a book necessarily, this is firsthand observing people, you know, but in that context, I have known Leos and Tauruses to be very much long-term compatibility partners. Most books would say, no, that's not true, but I have seen that couples that have stayed together for years and decades, and, you know, it's a Leo and a Taurus combined together. You guys are both fixed, but also you both like the finer things in life. You know, there's a lot of, you both like luxury and things like that. So that can work for sure. It's if you're like, well, I don't get along with fire sign people because I'm Earth. You know, probably not. The other thing is, if you're Taurus sun sign, you might have Aries in your chart, highly likely, especially if you're early Taurus. But that being said, you're moving towards this, and it looks like it's kind of fun and exciting, or this person is. This could be somebody that you're going to a new job. Some of you, maybe your job has ended, maybe on this eclipse season, because Tower is a shakeup. I didn't even talk about the Tower. It did fly out of the deck. Tower is some kind of a big shakeup, but the cards that follow tell the tale. You know, if it's followed by, like, you know, a bunch of Ten of Swords and things like that, then yeah, it might have been a bad thing. But sometimes these shakeups are good things that we really want and are really needed and are going to go in our favor and help us. And then it's the Nine of Pentacles is the next card. So you're going towards this Nine of Pentacles. You're going towards this prosperity, having plentifulness, having your, you know, everything's done, all the work's done. She's got a beautiful yard, which it's not out there pulling weeds, you know. It's all the weeds have been pulled. That's a good analogy. And then there's these flowers here too, a lot of flowers. So you've pulled the weeds. This Tower moment pulled the weeds out of your life, the invasive things that were strangling you, that were bogging you down, that were holding you back. And now you can flourish. And you've got your bird buddy here and your big cat buddies and stuff. Your cat here too, so animals. You know, this one really strikes me as Halloween too, so with the orange and black and the black cat. This might even be something, because the strength is here, so it's saying have strength, have patience. This could even be saying, you know, next month into October when we get to that Halloween season, you know, to really have strength and have patience in that context. You know, like what you're starting now, it's the right move for sure. You had to leave this behind. It's the right move. But it may not, you might not be sitting on your throne or where you want to be, you know, until we get into this this fire Halloween season. That's what I was trying to say. So I think I'm just going to lay these like this, and then we're going to jump over and get your animal totem. This is going to be the animal totem for our Taurus peeps for the month of September 2026. What is the animal totem? The pig. Well, pig is actually really good. Pig is major abundance. We have room for this extra card. Okay. Pig is major abundance, prosperity, good luck, good fortune, feeling sated. You know, feelings. You know, you've had plenty. You have plenty of all you could ask for and more. Tenacious, steadfast, bold, independent. Bringer of luck, prosperity, wealth. Feast and celebrate in gratitude. Prolific creation, a time of great fertility. Yeah, so that's what it is. And Nine of Pentacles is like that too, very much a time of great fertility too. Fertility, when you say it like that, could be a pregnancy, but I don't have an Empress card or any of the baby cards, but if that's something is that what abundance means to you, if that is what abundance means to you, then that could be a definite possibility. Okay, let's get one more card. We have the Vortex. Ooh, no, it was the other reading I had to going through the doorways. Well, Vortex is card number 47. It's one of the higher cards. Maybe scroll through there to get to the book. I actually wrote this booklet and made these cards by hand. No AI or anything. It's all hand drawn. If you want to look at some of the background stuff, you can maybe get a message or something from it. Portal, gateway, opening. In the darkness, there is always a doorway into the light. Yeah, look at the dark and then the light, sun shining. So the pig has the sunshine on it too, yeah. There's always a portal into the light. Doorway. A crack in the universe, a gateway to discover enlightenment. The vortex is a powerful portal of change. Pulling you into its energetic force field, you are compelled to merge with its turbulent resonance. Turbulent resonance. Very good. Tower energy, you know. Once you enter, there's no turning back. Things may be chaotic for a time. You know, that could be the eclipses. But it is just reorganization of atoms and molecules during this paradigm shift. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Let's see here. Let's get the lots of love for Taurus, which may or may not pertain to love. What we have here. It says martyr. So, you know, don't be a martyr. Or you might have been dealing with somebody who was a martyr. Well, I feel like when I look back up at here at the spread, I saw that tower. So yes, something went down, something happened. Don't be a martyr, just get on with it. You know, that's what the fire signs do. They get up and they get on with it. Okay, next. Lots of answers. It says, agreed. You know what got me though was greed. Somebody could have been really greedy. I mean, you have that tendency, Taurus, not to be, you know, I love you guys, but you can be that way, miserly. Okay, next we have, let's see here. We have, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a picture, when I pulled this rune, or this lot, what I felt for you was, I think this card looks better like this, because there's a big card there. Yeah, I like that better. What I felt was, when I pulled this lot out of here, a picture is worth 1,000 words is about picturing in your mind. You know, visualizing, picturing things in your mind. What are you trying to create? You know, if you are Taurus rising, that full moon's in your 12th house, so that's the subconscious mind. That's going to be really powerful and really active now. But the thing I've been saying lately when I pull this one out, you know, you could see something on social media. You know, you might see somebody, if you're scrolling through and you see something. And so if something, that might be the tower. Maybe you saw your person with, you know, somebody else, or they said they were going to be in one place and then they were in another place. And then you're just like, well, now I know what I need to do. I need to move on. It could be something like that. It just feels like there's something about, oh, I see now. You see a picture on social media and it strikes a chord or it strikes a nerve in your, you know, it just makes things where you have something that perhaps like you suspected or you thought about, Knight of Swords is thinking to, all of a sudden you say the picture and it's like confirmation. Could be for good or for ill, you know. But I'm feeling kind of for most that might be part of that tower moment. It's like, okay, I see who you are now, and I'm not going to stick around for, you know, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, I'm making it back time. Alright, everybody. If you haven't been here before, I'll break into song. My guides come through with music all the time. That's the original way of my spirit communication and channeling was through music for way before I ever did it. Well, I guess not way before. Way before I acknowledged it or worked with, you know, tried to harness the psychic energy. I suppose I was always getting stuff, you know, but the music is definitely a mode of communication for me and my guides. For me and my guides. Okay, once we start singing, it's like sometimes if we're gonna be sometimes this is like, you know, here they go, we're gonna start singing, so everything will be a song. So let's try to keep it to a minimum, guides. I know you love to send me the music, but some people get really annoyed with it. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the sign of Gemini. Alright, Gemini, so let's go ahead and get 3 cards for you for September 2026. What is in store for our Gemini friends? We have the Page of Swords. Next we have the Moon card. And then third we have the Devil. I'm hearing that devil with the blue dress. Devil with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Devil with the blue dress. Fee, fee, fi, fi. Fum, fum, fum. Looking at the moon. Here I come. I'm just doing that while I'm shuffling. We will get back to your reading. Oh. Okay, Gemini. So devil with the blue dress on. Take that as it resonates. Maybe that has something to do with something for you. Maybe it's, blue dress. Maybe you're thinking, well, what am I going to wear to that interview? Well, you wear that blue dress. That's what you want to wear. Okay, let's go ahead and put the 3 cards together. We got King of Swords, my pal. I won't say his name. I know somebody who looks just like that. And the 7 of Swords, a biker buddy. And then finally, the Chariot. Okay. Well, news is coming. This is news coming. The King of Swords is also a representation of you, and the page aligns with the King. But, so, it is news is coming, and I want to say it's on one of these lunations. Maybe it's the new moon on the 10th, or it's the full moon on the 26th. Could absolutely have to do with that. The other thing is that when you have the page to the King, this shows progression. This shows things moving forward. They've gone through they've started as the page, then they've gone through and they've been the knight and then the queen, and now you've arrived at the king. So this shows you maturing or moving through time, and moving through not only time, but I want to use words like dignity, and being in a space of dignity, and being in a space of integrity, dignity. These are the kind of words that are coming through from here. Not being childish and juvenile, but being and sitting on that throne, seat of the throne there. So making a lot of progress, but also I feel like this could be something that was something like that a childhood dream of yours, or something that you wished you could do when you were younger or something. The devil is here, so there was restrictions. Like, so when you were younger, maybe you wanted to do it, but there was restrictions. Maybe, you didn't have the money to go to the school, or, the technology you would have had, I always use especially with these swords energy, I'll use that analogy of, publishing. Maybe you always you wrote that book, but it was so hard, you were in bondage to, well, you got to get a publisher, you got to get an agent, you got to get a publisher, you got to do all this, or else nobody will ever see your book. But now, all these years later, I'm just going to make a quick noise here, all these years later, there's technology. This is technology too. There's technology, Chariot, you could do it, and you could be a big success with it. You could put out that website, or you can put your videos on YouTube or TikTok or wherever. You can put things out there, and you don't need to go through whatever this was. Whatever the gatekeeper, this devil feels like the gatekeeper. Some of you, it could be some kind of, you want to cut the chains from a job or even a relationship. I'm definitely getting that, because devil can be in bondage too. Maybe some of you have met somebody new, and you're thinking about or wanting to end that other relationship. Some of you feel, because the 7 of Swords, it's like you may feel like you lost out on that deal. Well, I lost out on that deal. Yeah, I could have done that when I was younger, but now I'm too old or whatever. No, not the case. Not the case. You didn't lose out on it. The bird, look, he's still holding that ring there. He's got that ring. So I didn't even notice it at first. So there's still something there, and it's never too late. And the Chariot is here too, so that's the highest. I use the Chariot to signify the highest success card in the entire deck. Major victory, Phoenix rising from the ashes, getting to that next plateau. Like here too, you skip from the page to the King. You could skip, you could skip a lot of steps in between. That might have to do with this whole thing too. So it's like, well, I wanted to go to school for this, I wanted to do this for a job, or I was interested in this, but it was going to be eight years of school or something, and it's just like, well, I don't have that kind of time now. Well, maybe you don't have to go 8 years of school now. Maybe you could learn it on your own and just get certified or whatever, Things are moving much quickly and more fast now. There's not... all this devil energy slowing us down, you know. Some of you might be getting a new car or something, or, you know, I know he's wearing a crown, but the guy, he reminds me of this biker dude I know, and that always looks like those are sunglasses on top of his head, you know. So maybe you're going to you're thinking about getting a motorcycle or something, so never too late. Hey, get a trike, that's what I'm thinking about, get a trike, maybe next year. I've been thinking about it for a few years. It's just like, yeah, I don't want an actual bike at my age. If I dump it, I'm screwed, but I could do a trike, you know. Okay, I probably will end up with one of those electric bikes. Alright, next let's go on to Gemini. That's probably more my speed. Let's go on to Gemini for the animal totem for September. The ox, that's all about perseverance, endurance, never giving up, plodding through. Don't let this devil, whatever this feeling of weight, you know, drag you down. That ox will pull those chains. You know, they'll pull that thing with that heavy weight. But this feels like if there is some heavy weight, it could get really lighter. Strength, endurance, patience, presence, clearing of karma, accepting what is, standing strong and plowing through. Elimination creates space for magic. Yeah, magic. Alright, let's go ahead and get your Holy HAMSA. This is for our Geminis for the month of September, for this free extended reading for Geminis. It's a card. It says Yin Yang. That's keeping things in balance. It's card number 37. If you're on a device where you can freeze frame this and you want to look at those background words, sometimes you can get a message from the background words. Okay. Balance, duality, synergy. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Heaven and earth, dark and light, good and evil. Two sides of the same coin. The yin is the dark feminine and the yang is the masculine sunlight. Together they are whole, complete, united. The yin-yang card is a call to bring balance into your life. Work and play, wake and sleep. Balanced diet and nutrition. In relationships, it may signify harmony and mutual supportive situations. Where one may lack, the other excels, which makes for great teamwork. Yeah, so keeping things in balance. Maybe that is the whole reason that this took so long. I need a quick sip of water, excuse me, Gemini. Because it does feel that way with the devil and the ox. Like it was something that was dragging out. Well, I mean, Geminis, you want everything to move. You know, you want it done yesterday anyway. You like to jump from here to here, you know. You don't like to waste any time. But, yeah, maybe things had to be in balance. That's what it feels like. Okay, let's get the lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. It says serious. Okay, take that as it resonates. And next, the lots of answers for Gemini. It says unlikely. Again, take it as it resonates. And then finally, let's see here, for the lots of proverb, it says, what goes around comes around. Yeah. So if something was taken away from you, this is like karmic balancing too. If something, I'm getting a major hot flash. Hold on here. Drink the water. Drinking water didn't do it. I gotta spritz myself too. Oh. Yeah, so, you know, that what goes around comes around. This is about karmic balance and things like that. Could also be this moon here, you know. Could be this full moon in Aries. It's funny I want to use the full moon in Aries, but it could be the new moon there too. The full moon in Aries is it's kind of like your, I don't know, just feels like that would be more along the lines. Might have been something around your birthday, like the Gemini season back in June, and now it's coming to a culmination and you can break free from this burdensome, you know, energy, whatever it might be. All right, Gemini, well, thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to find out more about me, you got to always go through my website. If you're watching the very last week of August, then yes, the eclipse readings are still available, but I have other readings available too. That'll be taken down. That's pretty much winding up for this year, but if you did want to get in on it, you can at the last week of August. But if you head over to my website, there's plenty of reading options to choose from. So, always interesting to talk to you and do readings for you guys. If you like this, hit that like and subscribe and hype on your mobile device. And then without further ado, we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon. You know, you being one of the cardinal signs, you will also feel this ingress a little bit more, I think, of the change of season. So it's like, how far have you come since your season, since the time of the solstice till now? Because that was also an indicator of a benchmark in time. You've got the Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. Oh, lovey-dovey. Oh, and the Lovers. Look at you, Cancer. So it looks like a lot of romantic. Isn't it romantic? I want to move that a little bit like that. There we go. Okay, so let's get 3 more cards for our Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon people. Move this over here a little bit more. I took a little break because I was having a hot flash. And now I got to get things readjusted. Okay, there we go. I had a popsicle or fruit bar. Spritzed myself, turned on the fan. Now I'm feeling better. Okay, this is for Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon. 7 of Pentacles, and we're going to cut for 2 more cards. Page of Pentacles, and finally 5 of Cups. Well, you know, the top row seems as strongly about love. I mean, for Ace of Cups, it's the new beginning, and well, it's romance, but it's also creativity and things like this. But this lineup is love relationship stuff. Got the Ace of Cups and the Lovers. You know, your heart is singing. Somebody makes your heart sing. Wild Thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy, and I'm using the Groovy Tarot. Isn't that what this is? I always want to call it the Groovy Tarot, but it's called the Flower Child Tarot, yeah. And then the Four of Wands is here. Now, Four of Wands, some of you, you're so happy because maybe the two of you, your partner and you found this dream home. Because this is about where you live in that too, but this is also the marriage. You know, some of you, this too in the Southern Hemisphere, it's spring. This always reminds me of spring, or like dancing around the maypole, but you know, this would be the opposite of that. So it could be tying back to that time frame, or maybe you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going to be visiting there, you know. But this is, love is flourishing. Love, relationship, happiness, this is all emotional stuff that is really flourishing. That being said, though, this can be the house. And this girl with the shovel here, you know, maybe you are breaking ground on a new place, a new building, or the success word on here. I don't know if you can see it. There's tiny, she has text on here too. I like this deck. Success. So this success, this could be something, you know, it's going to bloom and flourish, and there's plenty to be happy about. Maybe you finally bought that house or sold that house, or you're going to put in, digging out, you're going to get that swimming pool you always wanted with the water here. But Seven of Pentacles is, you know, really positive, and the Page of Pentacles, there's news about money too. So it could be like news comes in, you got the house, you got the whatever. But this could be a different thing altogether. This could just be saying, this is your love life going well, and this is your money and finances. You're getting news and talking to people and working with people on Seven of Pentacles, things that are going to be, you know, blooming and flourishing and bringing you more money and more prosperity due to your hard work and effort, though, because that just didn't come out of nowhere. She had to do all that digging and weeding and all that stuff there. The Five of Cups says there is something that you've been disappointed over, but the Five of Cups is always the message of there's still 2 cups left. There's still something left there, 2 cups that are favorable, positive. There's still hope. So for some of you, maybe you had a falling out and you're going to get back together. That could be too. That's it. I wouldn't, you know, hold my breath. If it's been years since you've heard from them, then I wouldn't be holding my breath still. But, you know, this looks like you're in the happy zone for sure. There's a little bit of a tie-in to something that maybe you failed at or felt was a failure, or loss or disappointment, you know. For some people, I want to say, somebody out there, you thought you would never love again, but you will. Or you thought that all was lost, but it's not. It's clearly not. And the Ace of Cups is flourishing in relationships, and whatever you're creating with your finances and money as well. All right, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps. We have, let's see here, snake. Well, snake is Kundalini. You know, that's that sexual thing going on here. You may be having some kind of big Kundalini awakening here. The other thing is, excuse me, the Kundalini is the root chakra. It's the base, the foundation. So you know, again, could be breaking ground, or it's the foundation of your new life together, some kind of physical move. Quetzalcoatl, Shisa, Seraph, Ophion, Kundalini activation, carnal knowledge, portal to awakening, primal chi medicine. The new you is emerging now. Well, Ace of Cups could be the new you also. And she's, you know, she's doing it all on her own too. So maybe you just move to somewhere and you really love it. Maybe you move somewhere and that's how you meet the love of your life, because it could be a neighbor, but it also could be, you know, when you move or you start a new job, your whole routine shifts. You go to a different grocery store, you stop somewhere different for gas, you know, you do different coffee shops, restaurants, things like that in the area. So that puts you, every time you make a physical move, it puts you in, you know, contact with different people. Okay, let's get the Holy HAMSA for Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon. We have here space, taking off, blasting off, number 46. Now this is one of the higher cards. This is one of the decks that I've created, by the way. And if you're on a device where you can zoom in and look at the background words or anything grabs your attention, then by all means do so. This is hand-drawn, no AI whatsoever. Future, stargazer, transcend, blasting off, exploring new territory. Yeah. The space card is inviting you to look beyond the mundane existence of the Earth plane. We are but one of billions of galaxies to the known universe. A mind-boggling fact indeed. There is so much more than we mere mortals can even comprehend. The night sky brings a sense of peace and wonderment as we bask in its vastness. You may have an affinity with or sense the presence of a higher expression of consciousness, perhaps otherworldly. On a more down-to-earth level, the space card may indicate an interest in astronomy, astrology, or even astrophysics. This card can also be a message of breaking free from limiting situations and blasting off into new possibilities that have never been explored before. When I said that last sentence, you may have, if you're a creative, I know a lot of creatives watch my channel, Ace of Cups, you know, you may get that big creative breakthrough, you know, and go off into exploring new possibilities in that way. Okay, let's get the lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. It says student, so take that as it resonates. You may be learning something new, or maybe you take a class and one of the students, you guys hit it off. Lots of answers. It says iffy. When I first pulled it out, I thought it said Jiffy, like Jiffy, well, I guess that's Jiffy popcorn. Isn't that one of those Mandela effect things, though, Jiffy peanut butter? I think it is. But I know it's not, because it's Jiffy, Jif. Choosy mothers choose Jif. You know, always remember that one. Okay, let's see here. Jealousy is the green-eyed monster. Well, it certainly is. And there's no time for jealousy. You got to do your thing here, because your thing is about to take off. Your thing is about to flourish. Don't worry, because Cancers, you can be moody and you can get depressed, and you know, everybody can get depressed, but sometimes those moods will stick with you a little longer than other people, you know. So don't waste time. Let moss grow under that kind of stuff. You got something blossoming, blooming here. It's going to be beautiful and grow to be much more, whether it's the relationship or the financial or all of the above. So just stay with that, okay? Hey, Cancers, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising and moon. I think if you're watching this in the very last week of August, that eclipse reading is still available, but it's kind of really wrapping up now. I do have other readings, of course, over on my website, VickyBurley.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. Turnaround is usually 1 week. Next, we're going to get involved with and look at the sign of Leo. It's funny I said we're going to get involved with. What's that about? Well, there's a lot of Leo energy going on, I will say that. You know, we had eclipse in your sign last month there, so it's pretty intense. You know, you're coming out of this time of a lot of intensity for Leo, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps, or anyone that you resonate with. We do have the Libra ingress, change of seasons, so that's for everyone. That's relevant for everyone. Let's go ahead and do some cutting for our Leo, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps. What do we got? 4 of Pentacles, followed by Page of Cups, followed by 4 of Wands. That was in the last reading, and I did shuffle. Double 4s, 4 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Quick little extra shuffle. And then we're going to do 3 more cards for our Leo, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps. We have, is this more than one? These cards are very thick. Queen of Pentacles. Next we have 6 of Cups, And finally, we have Five of Cups. That was in the last readings there, too. Well, I did shuffle. You saw me. Sometimes there's a lot of overlap with the neighboring signs. That tends to happen. But, yeah, there looks like there was some disappointment. But something's coming back from the past. Don't forego something because you had a bad experience before. This is a time, you know why too, the Leos? Because Jupiter's in your sign. You've got a lot of action going on in your astrology. The South Node. South Node could absolutely resurrect, is the word my guides want me to use. Resurrect something from another time. Because we got the Five of Cups, which is, oh, that went wrong, blah, blah, blah. And then Six of Cups. So you're going from the 5 to the 6. And the 6 is, there is something from the past. There is something salvageable out of this. All is not lost. Sometimes it could absolutely be like a reconnection. Reconnecting with friends, reconnecting with a loved one, reconnecting with something that makes your heart sing. Some of you, Page of Cups can be an unborn child, and this is your spirit guides and angels too. But some of you can be maybe, some of you, because this is children in the traditional tarot too. And all these, this is very joyous and childlike, this whole top row, if you look. So, but some of you may be, you know, a baby could be coming. If you're trying to have another baby or somebody, another baby could be coming. They might be hovering around in spirit, and then that would be children. Now, it could be that it's more than one child. It could be twins, but it also could be if you or whoever, if it's your, you know, your neighbor, your grandchild, whoever, or niece, nephew already has kids. This could be more, you know, more another addition to the already family, that you already have some kids there. Queen of Pentacles is here. She's bringing in the coin. She's bringing in the money. So if that money is required for this, because Four of Pentacles says you're feeling like maybe it's a little tight. Maybe I need to hold on a little bit. Maybe it's a little tight. Maybe I shouldn't spend it now. Or that's not usually a Leo trait, but you know, it could be in this instance. Well, while the sun is in Virgo, which is going to be up to the 22nd, this is the Earth sign energy. Looks like while we're in Earth sign energy, and even this is a Six of Cups, but that looks like a big pentacle behind. It is a big pentacle behind there. You know, it's a big golden pentacle in the background. While this is happening, while we're still in Virgo time, or maybe even around the new moon in Virgo on the 10th, that's when the money's going to come, or that's when the opportunity is going to show up. But it does feel like there is some working in your imagination, working in meditating, imagining, visualizing beforehand. Some of you are going to build a house in where a new development is. Because this looks like, to me, these houses that kind of all look the same, and there's all this open space. This reminds me of little houses, little houses. Oh, what's that? Tiny little houses all in a row or whatever. But it reminds me like it might be a new development that's being built now. And because the Four of Wands can also be moving to a new home or something like that. And they've got the pink roof, and they've got the pink roof there. So your castle there with the pink roof, filled with love and happiness and joy. Some of you may be moving in together. You know, maybe you're getting back together and you're going to move in together. Maybe you thought the relationship was over. Maybe it's with an earth sign person. There's no gender in these readings, so this pentacle, it could be anybody, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But there's a lot of happiness and joy coming, and you can loosen the reins a little bit, or you'll be able to pretty soon this month. This looks like, some of you, this looks like such much, I just can't see anything other than that big pentacle there. So some kind of a big new money thing, new big money in a big way, new money in a big way coming through. Maybe it's an old job calling you back. Maybe you're picking up a creative project or working with a creative partner that you used to partner up with or collaborate with. And maybe that's coming to fruition again. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Leo, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps. We have Turtle. Turtle is about the Earth sign energy. It's Turtle Island, North America here in the Native American traditions. Okay, so Gaia, Pachamama, Great Mother. Ancient remnant of a bygone era, knowledge of the ancestors, deliberate, slow, and steady movement. Yeah, things are just moving along, but grounding in the earth, very much akin with the earth energy, very much akin to the Queen of Pentacles. You know, when I think of it, because the Queen of Pentacles, well, I mean, the turtle is of the water and earth, okay? There are two, they go in the water and the earth. So it reminds me, as far as the Queen of Pentacles goes, It reminds me of Capricorn because that's the sea goat. It's an earth sign, but it also has water element attached to it because it's the sea goat. So some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn, or maybe it was something happening on or around Capricorn time. One more card for Leo. We have Star. Well, you are the star. If anybody's the star, it's you. Stepping out on the stage, spotlight being on you. Maybe it's a role. If you guys are into theater or performance or something like that, it could be some role comes back around again. Or, you know, where you're going to be on stage. Let me see here. Spotlight, accolades, recognition. Getting noticed at time of victory and triumph. Your star is rising as you step out onto the center stage and take your bow. You have done your work, and now it is time to reap your rewards for your efforts. You are getting acknowledged for your talents and abilities. You've got the goods, and now it's time to strut your stuff. Not limited to those in the performing arts, you are the star in your chosen field of endeavor. You may find out you got the job, passed the test, gone into the school of your choice, or graduated top of your class. Whatever the case, the spotlight is on you, and you are the star of the show. Well, too, that big star behind there on this, you know. I feel for some of you, that you're going to get called back to wherever, where you were the star, and they realized it. Like they realized they made a mistake, either in a relationship, or maybe a job, or creative collaboration comes through really strong. Okay. I get like they didn't appreciate you before. That's where this is about. And now they do appreciate you. Or it could be a similar a different job or a different thing, but you will be appreciated in it. Okay. Lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. Marriage. Well, some of you, there could be a wedding or a marriage coming up for sure. Next, we're going to have the lots of answers. We have someday. Someday we'll be together. But when I saw that, what did it say? I saw something else, and I've already forgotten. I saw something else. All right, but we'll have to. I don't remember. I already forgot it. Sorry. Comes and goes really quickly. You gotta grab it while it's here. Next, we have once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, you might be a little leery. Somebody broke your heart or disappointed you or hurt you in some way. You know, you might be a little bit leery about the whole thing, and you know, you're. I don't know if I want to go back. I don't know if I want to do this again. Maybe I'll just go in a different direction, because after all, I am the star. No, but it does look like you're being redirected towards this thing that got away from you somehow. And it's, you know, the timing couldn't be more perfect with the South Node going through your sign, and then also the Jupiter and Leo in your sign. You know, you are the star. Well, you always are Leo, but you really are the star of the show for the entire year up until, you know, next June or whenever it is, June or July. All right, well, hey Leos, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check your all three signs, rising moon, or if you usually check Venus and North Node, whatever, check them all. If you want to get a personal reading, it's VickiVerley.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. There's all kinds of different readings available. If you hit that like and subscribe and then hype on your mobile device, it's really appreciated. It costs nothing. It takes a second. All right, next we're going to take a look at the sign of Virgo. Well, hello, Virgo, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, happy birthday to you. Also, your new moon on the 10th. You know, it's a powerful time. You get one new moon and one full moon every every year. And this is going to be it. New moon in Virgo on the 10th. So do your manifestations. Get your manifestations ready. What do you want to create for the upcoming year? This is this really powerful time. You know, I also have on my website, real cheap, $22 only, that astrology report, the year ahead astrology report, which is it's $22, but it's like 60, 70 pages, and it goes over every single aspect for the entire year, and it shows, you know, what it means, what the date is, when it's active for the range of activity, and then it gives you an interpretation. I run my own every year. I'm getting ready to run my own, and I use it all the time. So if it's something that interests you, if you're a cross watcher, that might be a cool gift to give for a Virgo. Anyways, let's get your card reading for Virgo for September. Power time, solar return time. the Six of Swords, moving on, and to the Queen of Pentacles, and finally the Eight of Swords. Okay. Well, it's going to be all right. This one wanted to stay behind, so we'll take a look at it. Seven of Cups. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Next, we're going to get 3 cards for Virgo's Sun, Rising, Moon for September 2026. Powerful time of solar return and creation. Have the Six of Cups came out in the cup. That was on the other reading. And the Ace of Pentacles. And then finally, we have, is there 2 cards here again? No. 2 of Cups. Okay. So, am I doing this right? Yeah, I did it right. Okay. Got a little mixed up there for a second. There we go. Because that extra card is there. It kind of threw me for a loop. Well, Six of Swords says you're ready to move on to greener pastures. You know, on the traditional deck, there's troubled waters, and then they're moving on to smoother sailing. This, you're leaving the wake behind you. You're leaving a trail for those behind you. So you made an impact. You will be remembered, I want to say. People are going to remember you. You left an imprint. You left a mark. Even at a job, maybe, you know, you did this or that. You know, you implemented these things, you did these things, and it's leaving this trail behind you. What are you moving forward toward or forward to? The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a representation of you regardless of gender. It could be a earth sign person like you. It could be you, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or another earth sign person. But I feel like it is, in most cases, a representation of you. You are seated on your throne. You are there, seated on your throne, in your seat of power, my guides are saying. And that's what you're going toward. I feel like you didn't want to leave that thing. You had connections. You had feelings about it. But you knew it was time. Don't get too much in your head. Now, the Seven of Cups can be used in a really positive way because it is a card of manifesting, visualizing what you want, creating your reality, all that kind of good stuff. But the Eight of Swords is here, and then the Eight of Swords is, you know, being too much in your head. And this too can be this can get out of control. This can go a little overboard. And so, and even look at her demeanor. She's kind of like, I'm not listening to that crap. I'm looking at the butterflies. I'm looking at things that are flourishing. I'm focusing my attention on things that are flourishing and beautiful. And I'm not listening to you, voice. I mean, it's not like, you know, la 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 la, or spiritual bypassing. But see, Virgo, you are so over analytic to begin with, and you've got, you know, you're ruled by Mercury, and you can get. This is a Virgo thing, okay? It's not a. It's like getting too much in your head, overthinking things, over-worrying things. This is not the time for this. This is a time of transition. We are in the transition of a season. We come out of your season into Libra. And other things are going to be happening. Two of Cups, there's a soulmate on the horizon. They may not be here right now. Could be somebody from the past, but I'm feeling like it might be somebody new. Ace of Pentacles, some of you are going to start a new job or a new entrepreneurial course of action, or something that you're going to do as a side hustle, maybe that could turn into a full-time gig is what I'm getting. Six of Cups, maybe it's something that you did in the past. Like, oh, I used to do that thing, you know, I learned that skill, or I have that knowledge or that skill, because you're big on, your Virgos, you do have a lot of knowledge and skills. So I did that knowledge and skill. And Ace of Pentacles, now I can put it to use, you know. Now it's coming back around in some way. Two of Cups is a soulmate card. If you're starting a new job, you can meet a soulmate there on whatever level. Doesn't always have to be a soulmate of, you know, I want to marry you, I love you, romantic type. You know, it could be work partners. We have lots of soulmates in our lives. But you've got to stay on the positive side and not get in your head. That's the only caution to this really favorable and positive reading overall. I love the Ace of Pentacles being here. It's, right, you're aligning with the Ace of Pentacles. You're aligning with more money, more success, more manifestation. Okay, let's get the animal totem for Virgo for our extended September reading. Got the hawk. You're zeroing in. Get that hawk eye going. Perched high above, you peer down on the world below. Zero in on your target, then act swiftly with a mighty force. You have the ability to soar to great heights. Yes, you do. Yeah, hawk is a super powerful totem, so you've got a lot of energy coming your way. Well, you're in your power time, the new moon, you know, your solar return. You are in that power, so set your intentions on what you do want and don't focus on what you don't want. You don't want to get more of what you don't want. Excuse me. I need a quick sip of water, choked real on my own saliva. Excuse me. Alright, let's jump over and get your Holy HAMSA card for Virgo peep for September 2026. Soar. You know, that's right in line with that hawk energy. Take a look at it. It's card number 25 while I scroll to the booklet that I wrote. I actually wrote this booklet. I'm not just reading out of any random book. Take a look at it. It's 28, not 25. Card number 28. Rise, triumph, transcend. Look at this. That's a red-tailed hawk. And this is the only one where the eye looks upward instead of straight forward in the HAMSA deck. Ascending to new heights, leaving earthly concerns behind. Attune yourself to the subtle whispers of the wind. Do not fight against the stream. Instead, align yourself to the highest wave and allow the wind to carry you into a clear skies of tomorrow. Outside the stratospheres of the earth plane, through the gateway of higher dimensional existence. Wow. When the smaller birds are making a fuss and nipping at your tail feathers, your spirit calls you to fly above the chaos below. Leaving them in your dust, you soar to higher realms, a higher realm of being beyond the chatter of daily life. This card may be an omen of great success. You are rising higher than ever before, reaching new heights towards whatever you have been striving for. Yeah, so it's big success. Hawk is big success too. These two are very similar energy, really similar. Okay, let's jump over and get your lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love, for Virgo. It says bitter. It's a bitter line between love and hate. Yeah, so don't be embittered. Don't bring that vibe into your new moon, your new, you know, solar return cycle. Okay, eventually. And then lastly, the lots of proverbs for Virgo I have. Love is blind. Yeah, what can you do? Love is blind. So if there's a disappointment over somebody, you know, going with somebody else, love is blind. Love is blind too by the soulmate card here. So if there's something like, if you have worries about, oh, nobody's ever going to love me because I have weird feet, or, you know, some kind of hang up. Oh, I don't want to get naked because my butt's too big, or I have, you know, this or that or the other. Love is blind. You know, what was that? Who was that? Was that Elizabeth Gilbert in the Eat, Pray, Love series? She's like, oh, I don't want. I've been eating so much pasta or whatever. I gained some weight. My muffin top and this and that. And then she has this realization. She's like, this guy is in a room with a naked woman. He just hit the jackpot. He does not care about your muffin top, you know. So it could be something like that. Because Virgos, you can be a little bit over nitpicky about stuff like that too at times. Hey Virgos, again, I want to wish you a happy birthday. If you want to get that astrology forecast, that's available, or any readings that I offer, please do only go through my website, not through any kind of social media. Those guys are liars. And if you have a minute to hit that likes, share, hypes for the mobile devices only, it does help me and I do appreciate it. Okay, next we're going to look at the sign of Libra. Well, it's also Libra birthday, late September, Libra peeps. So happy birthday to you as well. This is your solar return. It's the most powerful time of the year to create your reality and manifest the things you want in life. Is the solar return. So this is that time. So even if it's not your birthday, this Libra ingress, by the way, on the 22nd is also a super powerful time, even if it's not your birthday. Okay. All right. So next, let me shuffle this card around here, and we're going to do Libra. Oh, by the way, I mentioned to Virgo, if you want to order your solar return astrology chart, that's a printout, but it's like 60, 70 pages long. I run my own every year. It's chock every single day. It tells you the aspects and what the influence would be, and it shows the range of influence too, like how many days it'll be, you know, active, and it's really informative. So, and it's very cheap. For $22, you can get that report. Okay, back to you. Let's see here. Libra, Sun, Rising, Moon. What do we have for the month of September of 2026? Libras. I'm hearing that must be the season of the witch. 7 of Cups on the cut, 7 of Swords, double sevens, and 5 of Cups. Okay. Well, I almost like the same. Here's another one that got left behind. 6 of Cups. Some of these same cards are coming up in the readings, but different decks, you know. Oh, there goes that one. Death. Okay. Let's get to next. We got 2 of Wands. They're flying out. We got jumpers today, baby. We'll use this one. A Knight of Pentacles. Well, there's death is here. It's a big change. And yeah, it's a change of season. And it's the new you. It's a change in you. It's the new you. This is that time of year. The Libra ingress is again on the 22nd. You got this 7 of Cups, and you know, again, 7 of Cups can be a beautiful thing. It's, you know, manifesting your desires, visualizing what you want in life, making your dreams come true. 7 of Swords says, you know, something's been taken away from you unfairly, you know, so don't get caught in the doldrums. I'm hearing down in the boondocks, down in the boondocks, down in the boondocks, boondocks. My throat's a little parched. I'm going off key. But 7 of Swords and 5 of Cups, these are both cards like, yeah, you did me dirty. That didn't go the way I want. And she's focusing on it. But don't only focus on that, because there's still hope. There's always tomorrow. There's still good things to come. 6 of Cups, there's going to be a recoup of your investment, or something good could be coming your way regarding this, whatever you feel like you lost out on. 7 of Cups, at this time of year too, it's your solar return and everything. Be real careful of what you are visualizing, what you are trying to create here, because this is going to impact you for the entire year. This is a really pivotal point and an important point in time where you want to be careful what you're dreaming of. 2 of Wands, you do see your future. 2 of Wands says, I see my future clearly. I have a clear path in front of me. And it's a good plan. With the 2 of Wands, it's a good plan. It's going to go well. 2 of Wands is also very much a partnership card too, but it's more about, this is gone. You get clear this clutter out, because now you have this new pathway open to you. Knight of Pentacles. This is the earth sign person, the Taurus, the Capricorn, the Virgo. Could be Virgo season, which is up till the 22nd prior to you, or even that new moon in Virgo. But it could be a person who could be this partnership you're with. So it could be an earth sign person. The Knight of Pentacles is, again, often an earth sign, but sometimes they can be somebody who is involved with the money somehow. You know, maybe you have a business together, or maybe they're your banker, or your stockbroker, or your accountant, you know, somebody like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem. We have Ladybug, lucky lady of the garden, harbinger of happiness and joy. Rid my life of obstacles that are obstructive to my divine right to flourish. Yeah. So if you're having trouble, if you're falling into this, you know, negative thinking, call on that ladybug energy. Call on that ladybug energy to lift your spirits and rid you of these negative thoughts that might be getting in your head at this time. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Holy HAMSA. This is for Libra, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who has prominent placements in Libra. It says party. Well, maybe a birthday party. Could be a birthday party. Maybe it's a equinox party. Let's see what it says here. Often this is going to be like a birthday party or something like this. But let's see what I wrote of it initially when I wrote the booklet. Gift, gala, celebration, a whirlwind of festivities, a fun event, a party, or doings. Your social calendar is full and you're having a blast. We all need some fun and frivolity in our lives, and the party card is a reminder of just that. While this card may be more of a general mood or tone, it may also refer to a specific event like a birthday. There you go. Anniversary, holiday, or other date of significance. If so, this event may be the time frame for what you are seeking to appear. Sometimes this card may have an element of surprise. An unexpected gift may be heading your way. Well, I hope I didn't ruin it. If somebody's going to be throwing you a surprise party, I hope I didn't ruin it. Because that could totally be. Alright, let's go ahead and get the lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. We have listen. They gave me a song and it went right out of my head. Okay, next, lots of answer. It says, yep. Listen, something like that. Okay, next, lots of proverb for Libra. We have work hard, or work smart, not hard. It's funny, I was flipping it around. Work smart, not hard. Well, I think that's what the Knight of Pentacles brings to the table. Because that could be, that's definitely, I could see that being the motto of the Knight of Pentacles. Work smart, not hard. Because that is that's them all day. So that could be, you know, a positive influx. Maybe they're going to show you, well, here's how I do it, and it's much easier. You know, you don't have to go through all that rigmarole here. This is the way that I do it, and it works out really much better and much easier. So it could be something like that. Lucky, though. That ladybug has grabbed me. Lucky lady. Lucky right place at the right time. Synchronicities. You know, you're aligning with, well, whatever you're aligning with. But this is your solar return. It's a very powerful time. If you want to get any readings from me, remember that you always have to go through my website, VickiVerley.com. Don't be fooled by these imposters on social media. If you have a chance and you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like, subscribe, and if you're on a mobile device, you can check out that hype button. It's much appreciated. It helps me. It helps the channel. And next we're going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. This is going to be your September of 2026 tarot and oracle deck. This is the extended reading. There's other readings available over on my channel, Rock and Roll Prophetess. So check those out if you're new here. Let's get 3 cards for Scorpio. I say Sun, Rising, Moon, but if you normally check other placements like Venus or North Node, then definitely do that. There's no hard rules on this stuff. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Well, you got people. People keep on keeping. Alright, let's get the next deck here. Queen of Cups, well, a Knight of Cups or Queen of Cups could be a representation of you. That's the water sign person. Let's get 3 more cards for our Scorpios for September 2026. We have the 10 of Cups. Oh, look at this. I love this 10 of Cups because it's a mom and 2 girls. 9 of Cups, or 9 of Wands, excuse me. 9 of Wands. And then finally, the 6 of Cups. Boy, this 6 of Cups has been out quite a bit. Well, it certainly seems like there's going to be get-togethers, people. You know, and it doesn't, honestly, because if you're Scorpio rising, this is like, well, it's in your 11th house until the 22nd. So groups and people that, you know, get out and socialize. Seems like there's going to be a lot of people going on around here. 9 of Wands, you might be a little bit on guard. You know, sometimes Scorpios, you like your solitude, you like your peace and quiet, your time alone. And maybe it's just like, you know what, I don't really feel like having a bunch of people in my face right today. You know, I don't really want to have, I need my peaceful, quiet time alone. I don't need this extra energy going on, you know, directed towards me. But I think it's a good idea. I mean, we could if we take this out of the equation, everything else is just so favorable and positive. Some people from the past, maybe back in town or something, maybe they're back visiting or back. This feels like a short visit for some people with somebody from your past. 10 of Cups is one of the best cards in the entire deck. It's great happiness, joy. It's culmination, completion, contentment. You know, reaching that pinnacle. 10 is the most. You know, it's the most that there is. So it's the most happiness, the most joy. Looks like, you know, these two seem to be very cozy here. So I don't know who you are in this scenario. You know, the gender could be anybody. But it does feel like these two are very much interested in each other. Some of you might be making a choice. You might be choosing between this person and this person. I'm going to go with, like, say you're the Queen of Cups, all right? Because you're in the central part, and you're just like, well, I don't know which one to choose. But it looks like you're going to go with the Knight of Cups. Or you're ready to leave this past situation behind, and you're going into this next situation with the Knight of Cups. Some of you, it could be a job, or maybe your last partner was addicted to work. All they wanted to do was work, 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 and they didn't have any time for this. It feels like there's a good connection. There's good conversation. We got a sun. Well, we got a sun. Well, it's a rainbow, but it looks like a sun. Sun, sun, moon. Sun, sun, moon, speaking at your window. Song, song, blue. That's what I'm thinking of. That's how I keep. All right. So it could be these new and full moons. That's what initially got my attention. The new moon in Virgo on the 10th, or the full moon on the 26th in Aries. This could be the new moon, because this is a solar thing. And this is the earth sign. So maybe by this time you're like, well, I think I'm done with this Knight of Pentacles. Whatever type of relationship is it a, a work relationship with the Knight of Pentacles? Is it a business partnership, work thing? Or is it something more like, a spouse or partner? This looks like this horse is wearing pajamas too, doesn't it? So maybe you're going to be starting to have sleepovers or something at each other's house, or maybe that's your neighbor and you see him out in your pajamas in the morning getting, I mean, nobody goes out to get the paper anymore. Does anybody get paper? I think I just had a dream about it, just sparking a memory of a dream of reading the newspaper or something. I can't remember it right now. But anyways, yeah, so this feels like the tighter thing, romantic. There's a romantic or an emotional. There's an emotional connection going on between these two people, and you could be either. And then, of course, the Ten of Cups is that way, too. Feeling that way, ooh, anytime that you want me, ooh, anytime that you need me to. Okay, Six of Cups. Now, this is reconciliation for some. Some of you, this guy, because look at him, say this is you again, all right? And this guy's behind you. This is in the past. They might want to be making a comeback, and that might be the thing that you're leery about. This could be like even your kid's father, because they could be playing on, well, maybe I should entertain the thought, after all, he is my kid's father, or, maybe I should, give him a chance or a shot or whatever. But look at her face. In your heart of hearts what you really want, okay? And you have to honor. I think this reading is mostly about honoring what you really know, and in your own heart of hearts, what you know to be true. And that this guy with the money, yeah, maybe he's got the money, maybe that's the thing he's throwing at you. Hey, you can move in with me, and then the kids will go to, I live in this great school district, and I can buy your kids all this stuff, and they'd be better off with me because I have money. Or would they be better off with you, in a loving situation, or just you in general? It might not be about kids, but Six of Cups can be kids, and then there's kids on here. It could be just like, hey, they're trying to bribe you more or less to say, hey, I can give you all this material stuff, but what you're really craving over here is this heart connection. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem but a lot of socializing and people, and fun times to be had, mostly. That's the thing I get the most. Okay, let's get the animal totem for Scorpio, Sun, Rising, Moon, for September of 26. The owl. Owl is that wise, it's nocturnal, and it's that inner wisdom, too. Silent flyer of the night, occult messenger of the spirit realm, transmutation through expansive vision, clearing of obstacles at a miraculous rate, yeah. So things are going to change quickly. Well, we're moving into the season, a new season on the 22nd. Plus, we just come out of the eclipses. That could probably eclipse some things out of your life. Okay, next let's get the Holy HAMSA Oracle card. The Trickster. Yeah, watch out for that trickster energy. Man, maybe you're feeling the Scorpios, you are very psychic and very intuitive. Trickster's not a great card, I'll be honest. I wrote these cards, I know what it is. Deceit, fraud, treachery. All is not what it seems. Be wary of who you trust. Yeah, maybe you do need to have this, your guard up a little bit. For some of you, you're protecting your kids, or you feel like you're protecting. You feel like what you're doing is best for your kids, but you have to honor yourself. That's what I get. Tread lightly and stay aware of the subtle clues that something may be amiss. The trickster is very sly and cunning, and knows just what to say to lure you into their trap. Yeah, this person from the past, sometimes, they know you. And they know what, they know you, how to push your buttons for good and for bad too, just to lure you into a trap. Trust your gut instinct. That's what I keep saying. When you feel as if something is not quite right, chances are your intuition and inner knowing is trying to alert you to their ruse. Yep. Well, be wary of the trickster. Watch out for the trickster. Watch out for the trickster. Okay, lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. Friend. Go with somebody that you can really be friends with too, because that's what's going to work for the long haul. Okay, next we have lots of answers. It says no. Yeah, I would not give this person another chance. Again, it might be having to do with work too. You know, they might want to work with you again, and they're just tricking you into like, oh, you know, yeah, I could buy, if I worked this other job, yeah, it would be great, I have more money, but it's, you know, it's a soul sucker, you know. Okay, lots of Proverbs says, there's no accounting for taste. Yeah, there's no accounting for taste, and it's not, it's, you honor your own thing. This person you have much more in common with, again, on any level. Is it a business? Is it a work situation? Highly likely for many, it's a love affair. Or friendship. You know, there's a definite emotional component, connection with all these cups everywhere. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the 6 primary cards here are cups. So that is emotion. That is the, I second that emotion. Oh, if you feel like loving me, I second that emotion. Yeah, so the guides said they second that emotion. There you go, Scorpio. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out the reading. If you want more information about me, you always got to do it through my website. The readings I offer, turnaround is about 1 week's time. Don't be fooled by people on social media. That's not me or anybody else by the, you know, they're all imposters, so don't get sucked in by that stuff. If you want to hit that like and subscribe, it's always really appreciated. If you're on a digital platform or device, you know, on your devices, then that hype button is also available, and that would help me too. Alright, well, next we're going to take a look at the sign of Sagittarius. Rocco's still hanging in there, for those of you that were wondering. He kind of made a rally, but I mean, he's not going to, it's not forever. He's still, you know, he's getting there. He's getting up, and it's probably going to be soon. So if you're new here, Rocco's my dog. I used to sing, he's a Sag, and I used to sing a song about, but I sang for him and I started singing it. And it became Sagittarius' song, but then, you know, Rocco's not doing great, so I want to retire it. Whatever, on we go to the reading. On with the action. Ba-ba. The Chariot. Followed by Knight of Cups. And last we have 7 of Cups. So victory and triumph. Another one of the, it's this one that seems like that always happens, that last card wants to stay. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Now we're going to do 3 more for the bottom row for our Sagittarius. Sun, rising moon, or any placements you have in Sagittarius. Whether it's Venus, the North Node. If you resonate with it, then definitely check it. Okay. Here we go. We have 2 of Pentacles, followed by 2 of Swords, double 2s. And finally, we have 4 of Swords. Well, something's been a whirlwind of activities, I want to say. There's been a whirlwind of activities. Chariot, maybe you just got back from vacation, or maybe there was this big push at work or in your career to get over that hump and get up to the next level. And, you know, it's time, you feel like you've reached the pinnacle. You're here with the 9 of Pentacles. So what you've been working on is coming to fruition. The Knight of Cups is definitely a part of it. But what I get from this bottom row here is that you really can't keep burning the midnight oil like this, or burning the candle at both ends here. I know some people will say burn the candle at both ends twice as bright. But I feel like this is 2 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords is saying, give yourself time to reset, to chill, to recharge your battery. You can't be constantly pushing. It's not getting you anywhere. I mean, it got you somewhere. It got you to this 9 of Pentacles, what you were dreaming about. It's what you wanted. You had a big success here. Maybe, I keep wanting to say in Scorpio time, but we're not anywhere near Scorpio time. Might have been even back in Cancer time. But for others of you, maybe it's something is coming in Scorpio time. So Scorpio time would have been was coming up in end of October, November. And then Cancer time was mainly July, late June and July. So maybe there was, between these time frames, now that would be between the two ingresses too, because with Cancer ingress, the solstice, And then the Libra ingress. This is like, could be the past season. We've also got double sevens. 7 on the Chariot and 7 on the Seven of Cups. We've got double sevens and double twos. So if you want those numbers, maybe, you know, something important or usable or relevant in some way for some people. Yeah, but Knight of Cups here, things are moving along. And they're moving on in a pleasant way. This feels pleasant and not so much effort, you know. But afterwards, I feel like you need to take a break. You're trying to make, I feel like you're trying to make a decision. And look at how the decision-making thing is pointing to the two sevens here. So it's almost like, all right, well, maybe you're working 2 jobs, and you're just like, well, 2 jobs is too much for me. One of them's going to have to go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You know, which one is going to go? Which way do I go? There's a choice, decision, a crossroads. It does have to do with this, or maybe you got a call, maybe you were looking for jobs and interviewing, and you landed the job, and now you're like, well, I got two calls, so which one do I take? This one, Chariot, it could be a choice between Chariot, which would be, man, this one has a lot more success, and maybe even an element of travel involved, because I know many of you Sagittarius like to travel. And the other one is more of what I really envision myself, or where I could have a creative impact. You know, it's 2 completely different things that you're mulling over and going back and forth about. Maybe you want to, you know, just give it a chance to resonate. Sometimes ask for a dream, or ask the question before you drift off to sleep, and often you'll wake and just know what to do. You'll know what your next step should be, you know, with the 4 of Swords. Let's go ahead and get the animal totem and see if it gets some more information. For Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, Moon, peeps. Got the camel. Well, you're in it for the long haul with the camel. The camel is definitely about being in it for the long haul. Dragon of the desert, wayfaring soul, sure-footedness amidst the shifting sands, overcoming insurmountable odds, preparing for the journey ahead. Yeah. So Chariot is a journey too. So some of you might be traveling, or have been traveling, or might be traveling in the future here. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Holy HAMSA card for Sagittarius. This is for September of 2026. Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, Moon, peeps. What do we have here? We have action. On with the action. Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of action already. Because the camel too is camel's not running a race. You know, the camel's pretty kind of slow, almost like turtle energy. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Okay, action is card number 8, and it says motion, activity, movement. Things are moving quickly, propelling you into the future. You got the green light. The energy may seem a little wild or volatile at this time. Just try to stay focused and use this surge of momentum to break through any obstacles that have held you back. You are moving in the fast lane and are likely to be very busy at this time. If you can harness the energy and dive into the fury, much can be accomplished now. Send those messages, emails, resumes. Write down your thoughts and ideas so that they don't, as they may be coming fast and furious. Take notes so that they don't slip away from your fingers. Yeah, the thoughts and ideas lost forever. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of mental stuff going on up here too. Some of you might be getting big messages through your dreams too, you know, well, because this is dreaming and this is dreaming. While you're dreaming, you might be getting these big messages. Okay, let's see here. We have cheater. So somebody was a cheater. Yeah, it could be in a relationship, but it could be also in the job situation. Somebody that they were cheating on a test and you saw him. Okay, next we have naturally. All you gotta do is act naturally. Yeah. And finally, better safe than sorry. Okay, well that's pretty self-explanatory. Well, I feel like you gotta take care of yourself. And there's a lot of activity, a lot of things are going on. You can accomplish a lot, you can really make a move forward. But then after you reach this 9 of Pentacles, what you've been striving for here with this financial stuff, then I feel like, okay, I need to chill out, I need to get a good night's sleep, I need to start taking care of myself, I need to proceed slowly through this next chapter here and make good decisions and be well informed. Okay. Alright, well thanks for showing up and tuning in for the reading. It's always appreciated. If you like my stuff, please do hit that like and subscribe especially. If you're on a mobile device, please do hit that that hype button should be there. That's always appreciated too. If you want to get a reading, only through my website, vickyburley.com. There's various readings there. Turnaround is 1 week usually. And next we're going to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Let me get a shuffle going for Capricorn people for the month of September of 2026. Capricorns. Sun, rising, moon. What do we have here? Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. Okay, 3 cards for Capricorn for September. We have the Fool. Next we have the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of cards left that time. And then last card we have is Temperance. Alright, I think to pick this up last time, it looks like a snake, that water. Okay, bottom row for our Capricorns for September of 2026. Capricorn, Sun, rising, moon. Let's see what we have here. We have the Tower, big change. Next we have the Knight of Swords. And then finally we have Justice. Okay. Well, Knight of Swords can also be legal and justice matters too. So it looks like there is some big shakeup or something going on here with the Tower. I mean, that's a big shakeup, you know. But then everything's ironed out. Some of you might be taking somebody to court. You might be, you know. Tower, everything's shaken up. It's something happened, and then this you're consulting with it, and it even looks like it might be an insurance claim. Like this tiger, this person, this Knight of Swords is looking it over. Like, oh yeah, I'm looking over what happened here, and I see that you're right. And justice will be done. So if there's any kind of legal situation that needs to be handled or taken care of, justice will be done. This will be settled, and it will go in your favor. Queen of Cups time. So perhaps Queen of Cups, there isn't going to be anything this month. Again, this might be Scorpio time. But you're going to be totally free here. This was a blessing in disguise. Whatever this was, maybe it's a bad marriage for some people. It could be a bad relationship or marriage, and you're divorced, and you're off, you know. But the Fool is all this. I'm free now. I'm free. Everything's cool. I can move on. This is favorable. This is positive. I don't have this burden anymore hanging over me. And justice is here. This could also be karmatic justice. But again, when we have the Knight of Swords there, it almost always does feel like it's an actual person. It could be anything where there would be a contract or legal things that have to be. Maybe you bought a car and you have to go get the title notarized even for some. Queen of Cups is here, and she seems to be, or they, it could be anybody, but she seems to be like helping or facilitating, or like with her foot, like not kicking you out the door, but pointing the way. It's over that way. It's over that way. So it could be signs and symbols. Maybe you need to spend time by the water. You're going to get messages or something, or put your feet in the sand, because the feet are standing out to me big time, like getting on your feet again. Something. He's got feet showing, feet showing, feet showing. Paws, feet showing. So it feels like there's something about feet, you know. So getting your feet back on the ground. But it feels like moving, you know, moving on. Putting the pedal to the metal, or the something to the dirt, or something, you know, getting on the ground and movement. And maybe you needed this little Tower shake up here to get that movement thing going and get it happening. Temperance is here, so your guides and angels are there helping you and guiding you. You know, they're putting together situations and circumstances that you can't see. Temperance can't see it, you know. It's interesting, look at the beams of light. It almost feels like this is Temperance, okay, yeah, the angels up above or wherever, and they're beaming out these beams of light, and then this is you, those same beams of light coming from the sky and beaming down upon you, and you're like, hey, spirit guides, thank you. You're waving to them like, hey, Froggy went a courting, I'm just here. Thank you for that blessings. Thank you for that gift. I received it. You're receiving it. Whatever's being put out here, it's making its way through the atmosphere and down to earth, and you're like, yeah, baby, I feel you. Thank you. I'm going to walk off the cliff now. See, but that's what's cool about the frog, too. I like that they made the frog the Fool card, because Frog isn't going to fall. Frog's going to take that leap. It's going to make a leap, and it's going to leap to the next thing, and the grasshopper does the same. They leap. They leap forward into the future. But it does seem like whatever this is, you're going to finally be receiving it, you know, and recovering from whatever all this mess was down here. Okay, let's see here. We're going to look at the animal totem for our Capricorn friends for the month of September 2026. Capricorn. Got the cat energy. Everybody wants to be a cat. Well, cats are... Let's read it. Stealth, huntress of the night. Ancient intelligence, familiar of the goddess. Waiting patiently for the time to act. Being flexible with balance and grace. Yeah. So that's balance and grace. That could also very much pertain to and apply towards the Temperance card energy. Putting things into balance, gracefulness, being graceful and grateful, magnanimous. Thank you, universe. Yes. Beam down those magic beams. I love being in the atmosphere. This reminds me too of like the magic hour. So that's that hour of like between sunset. Well, I'm probably sunrise, but I'm never up at that time. But that's that in-between time where all that magic energy is, right? Okay, Capricorn, sun, rising, moon. Let's see what's going on for you, for your lots of, it's not a lot, it's the Holy HAMSA, Dragonfly, magic. See, I was just talking about the magic, and that's, Dragonfly came out. Very magical, very much in the tween times. That's card number 22. If you want to pause the video and look at some of the background words, if anything stands out to you, you may get a personal message that way. Okay, fairies, healing, multidimensional. See them zipping to and fro, magical creatures of the sky. The dragonfly has an otherworldly presence as it edges on this world and the next. From the borderlands of air, water, and earth, the dragonfly brings knowledge and healing from the higher dimensions of being. If the dragonfly has made its appearance in your life, you can be sure that magic is not far behind. Seeing the dragonfly may spark a soul memory of another time or another realm where actual dragons flew through the air and reigned supreme. That's cool. I like that. Alright, well, let's jump over and get our lots. We'll start with the lots of love. There's something really magical. It feels really magical. That card and this and then the angel. Let's get our lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. We have natural. Yeah. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. You get from the start. Okay. Hey there, baby. It's time that rain. Okay, we got I didn't even like it. Seemingly. So that's like, yeah, it seems like it's going to be cool. And next we have we are what we repeatedly do. Yeah, you got a tower's a good pattern breaker. If you're stuck in a rut and you got to make a change, if you know, doing the same thing over and over again is the definition, and expecting a different result is the definition of madness, you know. So if you want a different result, if you want to try something new, then you have to break these patterns. It's not always going to be, you know, doing the same thing is basically going to get you the same result. You got to work with your higher spirit guides and angels are really trying to beam down that energy for you. So allow it, accept it, receive it. Your spirit guides giving you a little kick in the butt, like go for it, Capricorn. Take that leap, take that chance. Take a chance on me. Dun, 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 dun. That's ABBA, Take a Chance on Me or something. If you want to look up the rest of those lyrics on that song, that may be relevant. Alright, well, hey Caps, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to check all your placements, whatever you normally check. Sun, rising, moon is the ones I typically advise, but if you normally check your Venus or you check your node or anything else, then definitely go for it. If you want to get a hold of me for readings, it's always going to be through my website, Don't Be Fooled by Imposters. And turnaround time is about 1 week normally. If you like this video and you want to check that, subscribe is really appreciated. If you're on a mobile device, hype. And check out my channel because there's all kinds of, this is the biggest reading, but there's all kinds of other readings there and other spiritual information about creativity and channeled stuff and all kinds of fun stuff. So check it out. Alright, next we're going to look at the sign of Aquarius. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps, or whatever you normally check. 1, 2, 3 cards for Aquarius. We have the Sun, followed by the Page of Pentacles, and then finally the Queen of Cups. Another one stay behind, but that's been happening like almost every time. The Emperor. So, 3 more cards for this. By the way, this 4th cards are just an accident. So don't get mad if you only got 3 and like, oh, how come they got 4 and I only got 3? It's just, it was laying there, so I turned it over. It wasn't intended. Okay, Page of Sun. How about Aquarius for September? Not Page of Sun. Aquarius, September 2026. What do we have? 1, 2, 3 cards. First card we have is the Empress, first time out for her, followed by the Ace of Swords, and then the third card we have is 2 of Wands. Okay. Well, the Sun and the Empress, I mean, these are some good cards you have here, Aquarius. Both very much abundant, both very much shining a light on you. You are abundant, you are the one that's thriving, that is success, all these positive things. The Page of Pentacles is here, so that talks about news coming in the time of money. News about money coming in the time of Earth, which is Virgo. Could even be that 10, because we got the new moon in Virgo, but really Virgo's all the way up till the 22nd when we change signs. The Emperor is here, so the Emperor is that person, that power and authority. The Queen of Cups is also here. Both of them, the gender could be anybody. So this could be the same. I feel like this is the same person. Like this person is the Emperor, or the Emperor and Empress are both here. They are the person in the seat of power. They are the person sending out that message. Like maybe they put out, help, we're going to be hiring. That might be the message. And then you get called in and you're like, yay. Does the Emperor always have a glass dome in his hand, a crystal ball? I never noticed that. I don't think so. Let me double check. I'm going to grab that. I have my Coleman Smith deck here. A little mini Coleman Smith. Let me find my Emperor card and just have a quick look here and see if, does he in the regular deck? Seems like I don't remember that for some reason. Well, the thing is, I'm really noticing it right now, so that's important. That means it means something. Yeah, I guess he does have a tiny little globe, but it's so pronounced here. So he sees the future. This person has been able to achieve this seat of power because they can predict how things are going to go. And they see something in you, too. They see talent, the Sun, the Empress. They see talent. They see ability. They see that you can be useful in their organization. Or so maybe you're going to be hired in the company, or maybe they're going to use you as the freelance person, or for a gig kind of a job, a short-term situation. But they definitely, they have the power and they're shining it down on you. Got the Ace of Swords here, so that's a major breakthrough. That's a victory, triumph, breakthrough. This is a big break for you. It's your big break. Got the Ace to the 2. So the 2 of Wands is partnerships. You may be teaming up or partnering with, and the Cup person, by the way, could be a water sign, a Scorpio or Cancer or Pisces. But you're teaming up with them. You're teaming up with somebody here. And your path is clear. You see the way. You see your path is clear. You see the way to go. And it's a viable way. It's a success. It's the path to success. It's the path to victory. It's the path to triumph. It's the road to freedom, the best I ever had. It's the road to freedom, absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem. Animal totem for Aquarius, the horse. Horse is traveling and movement, and it's a means of transportation. Horse, magic, divination, astral travel, journey. Ride like the wind to the furthest reaches. Expand beyond your comfort zone and explore the realm of possibility. Yeah. So if you're going to go out, expanding beyond your comfort zone, if you're going to go out for a job or something, and maybe it says, well, you must have this kind of master's degree or this, that, and the other, and you don't have the master's degree, I feel like you should apply anyway. Because they have an eye for talent. He sees this crystal ball. He has an eye for talent. He has an eye for, if it's something that would be a great fit for you, go for it anyway. I mean, you'd be no worse off if you don't get it. You'll still be where you are, right? It can't hurt anything. So it's definitely like, go for what you want. There's something really favorable coming. They're really impressed by you. Okay, we have Herbal. Okay, so Herbal is card number 20, and it's about all kinds of herbal interactions, okay? Maybe that's something to do with the company. Flora, botanical, plant medicine. When I said botanical, that really resonated. So this might be, for some of you, that could be the company's business or what it's all about. A holistic approach may be beneficial at this time. I need to drink water before I choke cough here. My voice is getting a little raspy. We, excuse me. We humans have a long history and a deep connection. I have to get a cough drop, sorry. My throat is like really raspy and it's sore. I'm talking for a few hours here now. We humans have a long history and deep connection with the plant world. Long before the advent of modern medicine, shamans and healers world over worked with plant medicine, whether for using concoctions, teas, tinctures, salves, or oral medicines. The plant kingdom bestows many with gifts of healing, both known and unknown. You may be called to further explore plant medicine at this time. The healing modalities are far and wide-reaching, bestowing many physical, mental, and spiritual benefits. Yeah, cool. All right, let's go ahead and get the lots of love first, which may or may not pertain to love. First card we have is soulmate. Well, somebody's your soulmate. We got the Two of Wands. That could be like a soulmate energy too. Could be whoever. Might be this Queen of Cups or Emperor. Next we have, it says never. So take that as it resonates. And then third, last but not least, we have early bird catches the worm. Yeah, so if you are going out for this job, it's like be first. Try to get there, be the first one. Start checking those job boards right now. Or if it's an in-person situation, get up early and be there on time to fill out the application. If that kind of stuff still exists, I don't know if it does. But yeah, and that's going to be a reflection on you too as far as they're concerned. I'm feeling like, oh good, they were here first thing in the morning on the dot. That's what I like to see. That's going to reflect positive on you as well. Okay. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in and being a part of this reading. And do check all your placements, whatever you normally check. If it's sun, rising, moon, yes. But if you check Venus, if you check your node, whatever resonates with you is the right thing to do. There's no hard, fast rules on any of this stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like and subscribe especially. And if you're on a mobile device, the hype button would be really appreciated. If you want to get a reading from me, it's always through my website, VickyVerley.com. Do not be fooled by imposters. Turnaround is about 1 week. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the reading for Pisces. Pisces sun, rising, moon, where we're coming off of this full moon eclipse. It's your sign. And, a lot has happened for you over these last several years. It's been really quite a ride for many Pisces. Okay. Those shuffled up. Now let's go get the other deck a few shuffles before we start. So this is a time of maybe calming down a little bit for you, getting a little more grounded, feeling a little more settled, grounded, these types of things. Let's go see what we have here for 2 cards or 3. I said 2. That's so weird. The Fool. Somebody else had that right in that same spot. I think it might have been Capricorn. The 3 of Cups. Okay. And then last card we have is Knight of Swords, air sign energy. Okay. Let's let's move this aside, and we're going to get 3 more cards for our Pisces, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps. Sun, Rising, Moon, Pisces for September. 1, 2, 3, 6 of Swords. Okay. And then next we have 10 of Wands. And then the next one we have is King of Swords. Okay. We've got the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. Whenever you have the 2 signs of the same element, swords, this talks about changes, things getting better. What I notice here, look at him, he's like, I don't know what's going on, his things over his head, there's lightning bolts everywhere, he's just kind of dashing in there, he doesn't know what the heck he's doing. And here he does. Here he's settled. Here he knows what he's doing. He's in his seat of power. He's not so scattered and all over the place and volatile. He learned how to harness those lightning bolts, and he's sitting in his power right now. There's been, with this energy, this is like the storms and the crazy stuff, people coming into your life that are kind of wild and crazy and causing a big stir or a ruckus, my guides are saying. And then you have the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands, that's all about, there is this argument or competition or something like that. It's part of this volatile energy. But yet, 6 of Swords is saying you're moving past that. And that full moon will light your way, I'm hearing. It could be by the time we get to that full moon in Aries. You'll be able to move on past that. The Fool is here, and there is this new magical new beginning that is there for you to go down. A new path is opening up. You can leave a lot of this volatile energy behind that's been through the eclipse seasons and the various planets that have been going through your sign, that it's been hard and difficult. The 3 of Cups says that there's something with happiness and celebration. Could be if there's a holiday, a wedding showing up, or something like that. Some of you, you're going to see your ex or somebody at this wedding or something. And then that's just you on the dance floor, digging yourself, just being like, he's coming there to start shit with you. He knows you're going to be there too. He wants to start some shit at the wedding or whatever it is. But you're just out there on the dance floor, dancing with your grasshopper, having a good time, taking those vibes to the higher level. You're not engaging with this. He can't get through all the joy and merriment to even penetrate your shield of, not a shield of invisibility. Well, maybe you want to do a shield of invisibility, but I'm thinking of the other thing, like the force field of happiness or whatever that's around you. He can't even get anywhere near that, and you're with your peeps, you're with your family or your friends or whatever, and it's multiple people elevating the energy, engaging in joy, happiness, these types of things. And then, try as he may, he just can't. And maybe that's going to be a wake-up call for this person too. It's just like, wow, if you're not participating, maybe that's going to force them to grow up. If you don't roll around in the mud, in the pearls and the swine there, with the swine, if you don't get into that same old argument with them, you say like, well, I'm going out, it's my birthday or my friend's birthday and we're going to be out, or we're going to the wedding, or they come to pick up the kids and they're being a prick and wanting to start a fight with you or something, it's just like, you know what, dude, that's why we're not together anymore. I'm off to raise my vibes and have a good time. Or maybe you're going on a 3-day retreat or something, or weekend, and he's bitching about, I'm going to have to take the kids to go. Yeah, they're your kids too. Sorry, dude, deal with it, It's going to force this person to be kind of in a more mature kind of way. But also this could be somebody that you knew in the past and you thought that they were kind of an a-hole. And then you run into them again now, and they have conquered their demons, or they are in a more mature place, or more positive, or adult behaving. They've grown. This guy has passed the chaos. He's not in that chaos stuff there. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem. What do we have? Hummingbird. Well, hummingbird is love energy. It very much is love energy. Love abounding, laughter and joy. Elevated vibrations. That's exactly what I was talking about. Bring glimpses of magic. The fairy folk surely dance nearby. Savor the sweet bouquet and taste the nectar of life. Yeah. This disruptor is not going to mess with you anymore. Okay, one more card, and that is the Holy HAMSA card. Okay, the Holy HAMSA for our Pisces friends for the month of September 2026. Pisces Sun, Rising, Moon peeps. What do we have here? Music. No, create. Well, create is card number 26, and that is always something that elevates your vibration. It is for me anyway. Take a look at the card if anything stands out to you, and I'm going to read what I initially wrote in the definitions. Art, music, writing. Connecting with your inner muse. Surrender to the flow. Creativity is the greatest gift to mankind. What we are immersed in the process of creating, our mind can rest. The creative process can be very relaxing and soothing. You may come away with a new perspective on a situation that you've been pondering. There are no fast, hard rules for partaking in the process of creating. There are many modes of expression beyond what is considered the arts. Do you love to cook, garden, decorate? Take time to beautify your little corner of the world with whatever fills your heart with joy. Yeah. Fill your heart with joy. And don't let that, whoever that, an antagonist, it almost feels like, the antagonist try to pull you into anything. Okay. Let's get the lots of love. It says bliss. Yeah, bliss out, baby. Calling, get in that bliss zone. Next, we're going to look at the lots of answers. It says indeed. And then finally, the lots of proverb for Pisces peeps. It says, oh, what a tangled web we weave. Yeah, that's what that guy's bringing. This guy wants to tangle that web up and get everything in a, you know, in a weird way that you don't want it to be, in the way that you don't want it to be. And once you bring yourself down into arguing with them and that energy, then you lose that blissy stuff. Stay in your bliss, stay in your highest energy. Be around people and friends who bring that out in you, not people who want to sit around and bitch about their exes or something like that. Stay in that positive vibe, stay in that higher vibration, and dance the dance of enchantment, my guides are saying. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, well, we're going to leave it there. Thank you, Pisces, for being showing up for the reading. It's really appreciated. If you liked it, please do hit the like and subscribe, and then hype if you're on a mobile device. Head over to my website for my offerings of personal readings, which are varied, and there's quite a few different ones. Check them out if you're interested. No specials at this time, but they're all affordable, and there's plenty of them there. Turnaround is about roughly 1 week, so if you're wondering how long you have to wait, that's about it. Alright, everyone, we'll have a great month of September. I'll be back again with some shorter readings throughout the month. This is your free extended one. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great month. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll be back again soon.